It was so good. It was so good. GM, Adrian, we were just getting caught up because we haven't seen each other in a week. And so we got a little chatty for a second there, and I was running a little behind, but here we are. Let's get this tweeted out, casted out, announced to the world that we are live, and we're going to be doing our usual news up front, and then we're going to dive into all things DevConnect and get Adrian's recap of all the things. We can see her, the Farcaster booth in her background. I'll explain my background in a little bit. So yeah, we had like an interesting week off. Except we did get a bonus episode, which we're going to talk about that as well. And all right.
And it's a holiday week this week.
It's a holiday week. Yeah.
The US, I know.
We're the center of the universe.
Yeah. Yeah, the center for everybody. The global,
right?
Worldwide.
Thanksgiving for all of you, right? Especially those of you in England. Yeah? No? Not so much? Okay. Yeah, we're going to be chatting about that as well. So we're only going to have 2 shows this week, and then we're going to take a little break for the holiday. All right, I've almost got this all tweeted out. Excited to chat and to hear all about DevConnect. Very excited for that. And we're going to do that in just a few minutes, but let's get this party started for real with a little bit of an intro, and then we'll be back on the other side of this 66 seconds. Welcome to GM Farcaster, bringing you everything from breaking news to spicy memes to the deep lore shaping this vibrant digital community. More than just a show, GM Farcaster is your digital third space where the community connects, the stories unfold, and the culture thrives. Whether you're a daily caster or just dropping by, we've got the latest buzz to keep you plugged in. So grab your coffee and let's dive in with your hosts, Nanish Prof and Adrian, for another episode of GM Farcaster. This episode of GM Farcaster is powered by Clanker. Each Monday, we'll bring you the latest news from the Clanker team and highlight the builders innovating with Clanker and Farcaster. Visit clanker.world to launch your token and check out all the new features that Clanker V4 has to offer. Thank you, Clanker, for sponsoring GM Farcaster. GM Farcaster. It is Monday, November 24th, and you are here with Nanish Prof and Adrian for 29 minutes-ish of Farcaster news, plus a little bit more for a chat about DevConnect, a little DevConnect recap. That's how I'm breaking that up today. Justifying my 29 minutes.
Whatever you need to do.
Whatever I need to do to justify this in my head. Oh, all right. Let's dive in. If you are watching, please recast, retweet, let people know that you are hanging out here and they should come join us. All right. I'm going to start with something that I don't even know if you were aware of this while you were gone. We had a proposal go up from DegenDAO. And it did pass, and it included, most of it was about the liquidity pool and different things they're doing with the HABS token, but there was also a part in there to sponsor GM Farcaster. So more on that coming soon.
What?
But yeah, I don't even think she saw this. I put a note in the Discord. You missed it.
Oh, no, I didn't miss it.
Okay.
And I'm going back to check what you wrote because I didn't understand it. And I was like, note to self, I'll just ask you what you mean.
Within this proposal, they put a 2-month spotlight sponsorship. So I'm going to be chatting with Perp to get that dialed in a little bit more. But if I'm understanding it correctly, we'll be talking about HABS and DegenDAO, but also the different builders that they're supporting. And that's what they're looking for from as part of this spotlight. So
thank you.
Isn't that exciting? I had no idea until I
had
went.
No idea.
I had no idea until I read the prop, because I went to go, like, I saw the notice from Perp in the DegenDAO chat and said, hey, we included this. And I'm like, wow, that's fantastic. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
So
Awesome.
yeah, they're very focused on supporting Farcaster builders, and we're part of that. So thank you to DegenDAO. Thank you, Habs. Thank you, Perp and Wake. And by the way, Wake was one of the earliest supporters of GM Farcaster. Before we had a hypersub, they had a CLP token. So
that is right. When we did our very, very first NFTs. In fact, I was talking to Justin over at
another one,
DevConnect, and I was telling him he was one of our very first sponsors as well for I think Quidly was our first, corporate sponsor.
Yeah.
And then I realized I didn't actually put the Quidly logo on our media kit because it was so much later, and he wasn't happy with me. So I owe him that. I gotta
go add that in. Yeah, and Wake, I remember Wake sponsoring and me reaching out and saying, like, how do you want this to be listed? What do you want to promote? And they're like, I just wanted to support you. And I was like, oh, thank you. So thank you. And I'm very excited about this. And we're going to get some more details of like kind of what we're going to focus on, but we'll start to roll those out in the coming weeks. So very excited. And thank you again, DegenDAO. And they're really ramping up and there's going to be a lot happening. So stay tuned and make sure you're following the Habs channel for all the deets. All right, moving on. I wanted to start with that right up front because I had a feeling you might have missed some of that. That was news for Adrian.
Thank you.
Surprise, new sponsor. This from Brad Q. 29 seconds of Farcaster. What did you miss this weekend? Paragraph released Writer Coins, and the biggest splash was Fred Wilson. To be fair, Writer Coins were released 2 weeks ago, and we had one of the first ones. But until Fred does it, it really doesn't matter.
When they released to us, though, they didn't release to everyone. So I don't know if it's now open for everyone. I think we were early allow listed.
Okay, maybe. I'm assuming that Fred might have been as well.
Well,
okay, I mean, Fred. So anyway, moving on. With the market cap sitting around 2 million this morning, Paragraph hit #1 on the mini apps leaderboard. DevConnect wrapped up. There was lots of content on the timeline. As for main messages, it seems Linda, mini apps and decentralized social, Chaskin telling the story of Ethereum, Vitalik, the Ethereum roadmap were the most notable and worth watching. And thanks Chaskin for keeping so many updates on Farcaster as well as Twitter, which I really appreciated. Then moving on, Quotient new FC leaderboard will wrap up its first week in about 24 hours. We'll talk more about all of these things in a little bit. Not sure how many are paying attention, but it's off to a real promising start. Will be interesting to see where it goes and if there are any rewards opportunities coming. Today is the Monad airdrop and mainnet. I'm not real familiar with this. Briggs Bounty shared a good post if you are interested. Beepers made a splash on the timeline and held the number one mini app spot off and on this weekend. And we're going to talk about all these things right now and dive into each of these a little bit more, including Monad. So this is like the big crypto news. This has been talked about for, I don't know, years at this point, like seems like forever. So it's finally here. We had the testnet launch maybe 6 months ago or something, and it was launched on Farcaster as well. So this is from Horsefacts. Happy Monday. Monad mainnet is live in Farcaster wallet. If you don't see it yet, quit and restart the app. So you now can swap to Monad mainnet as well. If you had a claim, you should be able to claim, or you should have actually gotten an airdrop. If you did your claim previously, you should have received your tokens this morning. I was trying to figure that out. I was like, do I have to do another claim? But nope, there they were. I just couldn't see them. And if you're using Rainbow, I think you can see it pretty much in there as well. But also, Clanker is live on mainnet today. So wallet support. Oh, this isn't the Clanker one. This is supposed to be the Clanker one. Whoops. Wallet support as well as Clanker support today. So if you want to launch a token on Monad on Clanker, you should now be able to do that. So very exciting. I did get a little airdrop, so that was nice. A few $100, appreciate it. And swapped a little bit, kept a little bit. So NFA, DYOR, etc., etc. All right, moving on. This from Ruminations, and I don't know if you've been paying too much attention to this yet, Adrian, because you've been busy. Quotient is accelerating. Our insights help you spot who is driving value on Farcaster and Base, helping projects reward the right users and traders get in early on promising builders. Leaderboard makes these insights accessible to everyday users. We built the data infrastructure. Now we're shipping interfaces to make these insights more accessible. We're expanding leaderboards within the mini app beyond creators and building a social deck screener for power users. A big thank you to Saltorius, who helped bring leaderboard to the finish line. So this launched last week. We had talked with Ruminations and Jeff Goldberg last Monday, and they kind of he teased this was coming, and it did launch. So, you know, I'm not gonna lie, I kind of love it. pretty happy. Although I'm slipping. I think my top spot was 3. The funniest thing has been Dan. Getting excited to be on a leaderboard has been amusing to me, very much so, especially when I teased him that he was being beat by a dog at first launch, and then he kind of went like this, hold my beer, and then they've been battling back and forth ever since. So.
He's engagement farming.
He's engagement farming. He's totally engagement
farming. Classic CEO founder engagement farming. Don't fall for that.
Completely. Don't fall for it.
Don't engage. Hold the line.
This has been really fun. I have no idea how these numbers are being put together, but this has been fun for me. This is the highest I've ever been on a leaderboard, on a weekly leaderboard. I was like up at number 3 at one point, and I'm like, this is insane.
I was not doing well on the leaderboard, so I want my money back.
So you don't like your leaderboard experience. I, on the other hand, am loving it.
That's how leaderboards work.
Oh, there you go. I'm enjoying it. Have no idea, like they haven't announced there's any specific rewards. Like, you know, it's just for fun. Just as far as the right now.
Clout. It's just clout.
It's just pride. Yep. Pride,
how
not
many
prize.
People, when the monetary rewards went away, how many people were like, but can you leave the leaderboard?
Yes, I was one of those people.
We don't need the money. Just someone tell me what my worth is.
Tell me what my worth is on a leaderboard. I need to know. For me, it's a little bit of extra motivation. I enjoy that part. I like the gamification. I like games. But also it gives me an idea of just where I stand within the larger content creation universe of Farcaster. So, and I currently like where I stand. So thank you. I've enjoyed this. This has been fun. Still don't know what this is. Do you know yet? Have you seen anything? I haven't seen anything drop from Pugson. This is Pugson update. Wrapped up my short but very fun stint at Farcaster. Loved building features for an app I use every day with a killer team. Shout out to my shipping partners, Blockheim, GT, Tanish, and Sloke. Excited for Monday. So I assume something's dropping today. And then, because he also said, also excited for when this new UI is released to the public. So I haven't seen anything yet. I don't think it's out, but
I don't know. Maybe he's excited for Monday, having nothing to do with what he was talking about.
Maybe.
No, I don't know. I don't know what specific feature he is referring to.
I don't either. So I'm looking forward to learning more, but I think it's cool that Pugson was tapped to build something. So, yeah. Very cool. There was a big discussion about this. I thought this was interesting. So this is Brad Q, GM. This is where I cast from. So this is my background today. The resort, but this came from Jeff a while back, about 8 months ago, Jeff Goldberg said, Farcaster is a resort. Casino is on the 6th floor. Lots of great restaurant lounges. First of all, casinos are always on the first floor. Lots of great restaurant lounges and bars, shopping spot, gym, live entertainment, golf course, tennis courts. You don't have to visit the casino. You can still have a great time. And I thought that's an interesting analogy. And then this week he said, I take it back. Farcaster is a casino. Take it back.
For now, I think I think that's fair.
You know,
the other floors are under construction.
Yeah.
We're routing people through the casino on the first floor. It's okay.
Yeah. It's always on the first floor. I think this was the problem with the analogy. I think the analogy is actually very good. I really do. I think it's like, it makes sense. But the casino is always on the first floor, and you always have to go through the casino to get to everything else. And I think that might be where we are at the moment. So there you go. But everything else is still there, and it's still fun. So there's that. All right, moving on. I'm getting a little lag, but I think we're okay. This was, and then this, to add to that, this was funny from Burr. I've met so many amazing people in the casino, because this was commenting on Matthew Fox had said, networking at a casino is pretty fun. So many different characters. True. And then Burr had said, I've met so many amazing people in the casino. And she's talking about actual casinos, to be clear. She is a professional or retired professional poker player. I think she still plays here and there, but not the way she used to. Craps with Michael Phelps, 100, 200 NL with Kevin Hart. I think it's no limit. Craps with Cam Newton, poker with Doyle Brunson, craps with the Pitt O line. I don't even know what that is. Pittsburgh offensive line. I've never felt smaller in my life. That makes sense. Poker with G. Michael. In addition, business development job acquired, poker coaching opportunities, several lifelong friends made. The casino isn't always evil. Sometimes it's magical. And I think that's an interesting framing from somebody who knows. So yeah, you can make friends in the casino. There you go. Maybe get another job. So, all right. This in Clanker news, Clanker update, early Clanker projects like Banker, Bracky, Noise, and more now have control of their native token fees. No sell pressure from the Clanker protocol. Developers are in control. So this goes back to legacy fee claiming is now live. So you can claim if you are in those older tokens, you now should see this in your admin space. All right, moving on. This from Jesse Pollock. So this happened last week. Was that Friday? Friday. Jesse launched his creator token, official creator token. He's been launching content tokens. So I think some people were a little confused by this because it seems like, oh, Jesse's always launching tokens. Why is this different? This is his actual Jesse token. It is live. It is now available. So very cool to see. He finally launched that. And you can see that I'm assuming that this card that they've been showing that Aniri had, he's had, I think Nikki had it as well, is something that I'm assuming we're going to see once they release this feature live. So for now, creator tokens are, if you're doing it directly on base, those are limited. They're just rolling that out. They're still testing it, etc. So, but it is directly connected with Zora as well. So it's still a Zora token in that similar mechanic. So I had one issue with the launch.
It's an issue you've had before.
You're
going to become known. You're gonna get
I am going to be that whiny person. I'm like, I just was so frustrated by this. There was an explanation. I appreciated the explanation. The explanation was too late, but let me explain. So Jesse said he's launching this. He said it was at noon, et cetera, et cetera. I'm refreshing the base app. Nothing. Like, let me go check Twitter. And there it was. And I lost my shit. Lost it. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? But there was a reason. They had a little DDoS happening. So something went wrong during the launch, and it was due to people just sort of pounding away, trying to be the first ones in. So they had to pivot, post it on Twitter.
I think same thing happened to the Farcaster app as well. Like both Base app and Farcaster app were getting hit.
Yeah, it was at that same time. And I guess he did actually post it on the Base app and had to pull it down because something was going wrong. So during this whole process. So that's what happened. But the explanation about that, it could have still been handled more quickly. So this was Jesse's comment back. Quiet over there. The plan was to be Base app first, but alas, sometimes even the best plans don't hold up to stuff going wrong. We'll learn from this and keep getting better. He said, my apologies for this post being late on the Base app. TLDR, app went down because I got DOS'd by people sending me tokens with artificially high balances. Farcaster was also down. X was the fallback and got out perfectly. And luckily, the open markets of Base means anyone could buy. So it did get out there. People were able to buy, but it was not the best. And the other thing is that this explanation took too long. Like as soon as they put it on Twitter, somebody, didn't have to be him, but somebody from the team should have posted that in other places, like should have posted on Farcaster and Base and at least said, hey, this is what's going on, and link back to Twitter if you needed to. So just found that very frustrating. But it is what it is. We'll get there. I did pick up some Jesse token. I don't know if you did, but I grabbed a little bit just to have it. And the other thing I always do, and I don't know if I don't know how much people do this as well, but I always try to sell back what I put in and then just hold the rest if I can, if it goes up at all. Mm-hmm. Because that way I feel like I don't even have to think about it. And it's just like contributing to whatever the creator's doing, et cetera, et cetera. So that's what I did. And that's what I tend to do. So if you see me sell something, that's usually the reason. I'm selling back the amount I put in. And that way I don't have to think about it.
Yeah. Well, everybody in Buenos Aires that I was hanging out with was talking about Jesse.
Was talking about the Jesse token or Jesse?
The Jesse token. Everybody.
Literally everybody.
Everybody.
Everybody. And I'm not surprised because it was big news. It was big news. And I think he was he there when he launched? No, he was back home when he launched it. He was back home already. Because he was in Buenos Aires for a little bit. So, but I think he was back home when that happened. I didn't get a chance to. Here it is. Okay. So I'm going to circle back a little bit to talking about tokens to this. Paragraph had launched writer tokens a couple weeks ago. But they really got a bump from Fred Wilson launching his. And he did that this past week. Launched his, then Jake launched his, then Murtaza launched his. So what that meant was all of a sudden Paragraph was up towards the top there. So that was fun to see. But also there was some comments about like, oh, does this mean writer coins are now a thing? And because they got a pop. And I don't think you should take anything from that because I do think this is Fred Wilson specific, why it did so well. Also, Jake specific, why it did so well. Also, you could say the same thing about Murtaza because they are like a couple of them are professional writers. You know, they write all the time and they're known for writing. So I think for those folks, it's going to make sense that their coins are going to do a little bit better. But I also think there's a lot of I think we're talking about this in the wrong way. And there's like and I'm seeing some equations of like meme coins to writer coins to all these different creator coins and all these things. In other words, like stop saying when you're going to update the DEX bro to random writer who's launching a coin. Like enough with that. Like they're not going to do that. They shouldn't be expected to do that. And their coin is not going to make enough money that it's going to even make sense to do that. Most people, for most people, it might make sense for somebody who's a little bit more well-known. But no.
Yeah. And Fred, I mean, listen, Fred may have opinions on what to do with his coin, you know, and by the way, Fred's been blogging forever.
And he's a great,
he's a great writer.
Yeah.
OG internet blogger, VC. So like, I think it makes, I'm like, yeah, writer coin makes sense for him. That's great. I think for a lot of other writers and creators, like when given the option to create a coin for your work, whether it's, you know, creator coin or writer coin or whatever. There's no plan for it. It's, you saying hi to yes to crypto?
Yeah, that's weird.
You can't tell you, we can't text you back to you. But it just, listen, if the platform gives you the opportunity to create I mean, this is what we did. It's like, yeah, we're going to use the things. We don't know how they're going to work out, but you use them, create an opportunity, but don't bring your expectations. No.
Yeah. Just totally. Totally got distracted by this. Can't find us on YouTube, which is weird. So I'm not sure why. So let us know why you're not seeing us on there. That's kind of odd. It should be showing up on the GM Farcaster channel. So weird. I think that like it depends. I think the expectations for all of this should be low for creator coins in general, because it's new, it's experimental, and there's going to be a lot of ups and downs, and there's going to be a lot of things that don't work. I'm not convinced by any of this. I'm really not. Like, and I'm probably one of the most optimistic people about tokens in general. I'm not convinced that this is something that can provide a full-time revenue or like that level of revenue to a creator or a writer or anyone like that. I think it's an additional
creator or to the average creator.
I'll say average, not any. I mean, it's possible, but even that, no. I would say right now in this moment, it's not going to be, the revenue level is just not going to be high enough for anybody, really. It's really not. Potentially it could be, but I think it's a very hard road to navigate. It's not, it's still, you're still going to need sponsors is what I'm coming down to for anything significant. You just are. I just don't see how we can replace that as much as I would love to. I just don't think we're going to get there. I think things that we're calling app coins or other types of meme coins, all of it's meme coins, first of all, and legally you want to call it that. Number one. Number two, it requires a really high level of attention. And so if you're a regular, even if you're a regular creator who's doing this all the time, even that may not be enough. It's like needs something else to sort of kick that flywheel going. And that's why you see quote unquote app coins do so much better than other types of coins, because they're first of all making the coin useful in their apps, and then the app itself sort of drives that attention and activity. So I think it's going to be really hard otherwise to get it flying. And I think the average creator just isn't going to put that level of effort in. So we'll see.
Yeah,
we shall see.
And by the way, I totally agree. More that, you know, if the expectation is like, oh, launch a coin and now I just have to post on social media and get paid.
Yeah.
How? What?
Yeah. How?
But
what? Yeah.
I just want to, like, for me personally or for anyone, it's fun to experiment.
Oh, absolutely.
It's just like, see, you know, use and but yeah, no expectation that anyone's getting paid.
No. And we actually launched one as well. So there is a coin, which I don't know why the image isn't showing on this, but it's there. You can find it on GM Farcaster's account if you're interested. But what I do think is useful is when you go into the paragraph, and I should have pulled Fred's, and I don't know why I didn't. When you go into the paragraph posts and things like that, where you can hit support, it kind of has it laid out. It gives you options now of like, 3, 10, and something. And it's framing it as support this writer, not as speculate that this token will go up in value. Right. And I think if you keep that in mind, that's going to be helpful. Yeah. And then hopefully we'll see people, building on top of that and providing benefits or rewards or, rewards to your supporters. And that's a normal thing. And I think that's a good thing. So,
sure.
Yeah. And if you may have gotten an airdrop from Fred also, if you've been following him, because I did. And I was like, oh, that's cool. Cool. So you probably did. You probably did, because I know you read him as well. All right. Some fun things.
Hold on. Be right back.
PRB.
So airdrop day.
A few more things. I forgot a few more things, and then some fun things, and then DevConnect. Speaking of, so we have a new place you can get a GM Farcaster coffee mug. So check this out on Drops. This is from Propaganda Now and their Drops app. GM Farcaster grabbed the official coffee mug from Farcasters, #1 news show, GM Farcaster. I just love that. Stay up to date on Farcaster news in the time it takes to enjoy your morning coffee. Earn 30% token cash back in cast out. So this is a new experiment with Drops, with their mini app. They reached out, wanted to have us join them, and this has been fun to see this play out. So you can go into the mini app, you'll see a whole bunch of different products. There's a whole bunch of different things in here. Ours, is today the daily drop? Or this was from the other day? Hold on. Let me see if it'll let me slide. Come on, slide to reveal. There it is. So there you go. There's 6 out of 10 sold. So there's only 4 left. Get it while you can for the discount. And then they have a lot of random things on here, which is really weird, but okay. I don't know why, but totally random stuff. And also Liquid Death, but no biscuits. It's unfortunate. Debbie's book was on here. Oh, there it is. So Digital Maverick is on here. Few other things. So go check that out while you're doing your Black Friday shopping. Good Friday. That's funny. Moving on.
The GM Farcaster mug is an excellent artifact.
Makes an excellent gift to yourself.
It will make you happy.
It will. It's true. We have a few others on our gmfarcaster.shop. So if you're not interested in this particular one that's on sale, you can go check those out as well. This from Beeper in Beep. We've been asked 3 things. Who are we? This is a new mini app, and folks were snapping it up, and a lot of people had questions. So they answered some questions here. We've been asked 3 things. Who are we? 2 builders who've been shipping on Farcaster for a long time. Nothing anonymous, just product people who like simple tools and want to make attention work better for everyone. Why are we building this? Because reaching people on chain is broken. Messages float into group chats, vanish into DM requests, and cast drift past without ever being seen. We wanted a way to reach the right people at scale and reward them for giving you a moment of their time. This, by the way, to join the waitlist cost 0.001 ETH. So where is it going? We'll use it to drop cool stuff before launch and buy Beep token for you at launch. It all becomes your reward, not ours. To show you how Beeper actually works, we just broadcasted a message to all 3,129 people on the wait list. Check your inbox. It makes more sense once you do. So going into this real quick, this is interesting. It kind of reminds me of a few experiments on this that we've seen, like, come on, why isn't it opening? I don't know why it's not opening. Open for me. All right. Don't know why it's not opening, but it's kind of cool. It has this sort of 90s vibe of the beepers and messages that you would get on a beeper. A lot of people have no idea what that is.
Do we need to explain what a beeper is?
I think we might. So it's this little device that at first it would only send a phone number, like you have to call the number back and that's it. Then they evolved where you could send a little message. This is pre-texting.
Pre-cell phones.
Pre-cell phones.
Pre-cell phones, when the only way you could make phone calls was on a landline. So you had to physically be in a place. So if you wanted to call me, you need to either know my office phone or my home phone, and that's how you would get me. But people who are very important people,
like drug dealers
and drug dealers, people who needed to be reached at all times, like doctors.
Yeah.
Exactly. If you were on call, doctors and drug dealers.
Yeah, doctors and drug dealers.
You would hold a beeper, and people would beep you. They could page you, and your little device would beep, hence the name beeper, and it would just have a phone number on it. And you would get yourself to the nearest payphone and dial that number because someone was finding you. And that, my friends, is what a beeper is.
That's what a beeper is. I wish I could show. I don't know why this isn't opening for me, but this is it really looks cool. Like in terms of the design, it's all this very, nostalgic looking, and it's pretty cool. And they can send out messages to everybody at one time. So it's pretty cool. We'll see where it goes, but interesting. And also, if you need another example of a beeper, there's a Friends episode. I believe it's season, maybe towards the end of season 1, early season 2, when Carol's having a baby and Ross gets a beeper and keeps getting messages for somebody who's a prostitute. So it's pretty funny. Anyway, moving on.
Did you sign up for beeper?
I did.
Of course you did.
Of course I did.
Yeah.
As soon as I found out who it was, because it's undefined in 2.
Mm-hmm.
So at first I was like, what is this? And then as soon as I realized who the devs were and like they were legit folks, then I was in. And I think that's what with the idea of like
support them because they've earned your trust to say, hey, we're launching something, goodwill, you'll try it out.
Exactly. So I didn't at first jump in. I'm like, I kept seeing it and I'm like, what is this? And then when I finally figured out who, I think I even typed at one point, who's behind this? And then I found out. So I was like, okay, that's legit. I'll dive in. I dive into the legit things. I'm not gonna, throw money at anons, but occasionally I do. Speaking of legit fun things, this is from CatFacts. So CatFacts has launched a little game. It's pretty fun. And you get to adjust with a prompt an image. So this is a good example here. Hilarious day 0 for chain reaction mini app. We started with the image on the right. He meant to say right. And people mutated it to the image on the left. Love the creativity and chaos. Somewhere along the way, the app reverted to the seed image I was using for testing, investigating the issue before round 2. So this was really fun. So you started with Dan in a astronaut suit, and it evolved over time. And it was fun to see the evolution and see where things went. So yeah. And then Dan became a cat in a top hat. And that was probably Yes to Crypto's fault, is my guess. So, but really fun. I added the top hat and then it morphed a little bit. But this was fun. It was a really fun little thing. Go check it out. And I don't know if it's Mikado or CatFacts or whatever we're calling you now. Is it open to everybody now? I'm not sure. So it might still be in beta, but it's really pretty fun. So go check it out when it's available. A few other crazy fun things. These happened. So Say Angel has created these scenes, these warplet scenes, where you can add multiple people and their warplets appear in the scene. And one of them were the plushies. And I want all 3 of these plushies. I want them. I love these. These are great. And this is Yes to Cryptos. I love it and want one. LOL, Adrian's face. For real. Like, that is just perfect. It's perfect, Adrian's face. Warplets make cute plushies. They really do. So this has been really fun.
Do you know I updated my Twitter profile, PFP, to my warplet?
Yeah, that's right.
But actually not even my warplet. It was my happy warplet.
The cute
but
one,
I actually,
right? Yeah.
But I love the mean plushie. Mean? Skeptical?
Yeah. A little bit of
I
both.
want it.
I love it. It's so funny. And then the other fun thing I've been seeing with groups has been the new meta with try emerge and group. You can do group ones. So there's been a couple really cool ones. This is the retro mystery team group photo where it's like Scooby and super cool. And this was MetaMew had created this. I created this one. This is me, you, Warpy, and GM Farcaster as a group. And this is my crypto Ray down here. And over here, he turns into Scooby. And I just think that's hilarious. So funny. And then this was great. This is Toady, Brett, and Symbio and me hanging out.
That's awesome.
So fun. And then this was really cool. This is Macy's Day Parade balloons. And this was the first one that Symbio created. And it's me, Peachy, A-Town, and Symbio as balloons going down the road in New York for the Macy's Parade. And this is the one I created with me, you, and Warpy and GM Farcaster. And it's hilarious. So I love it. So funny.
My PFP is too pixely, so it doesn't always. Sometimes it just looks like a sticker. Yeah, just like looks like a sticker on these. They don't look as good. Yours are so good, but the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade as like an idea is a good one for this.
Isn't it so good? Like this one's really good. Like this particular image is so good.
Look at Peachy's eyes.
Peachy looks great.
Witchy.
It's so good. So good. So really fun. I've been loving these. So go check it out. You can add your own in there. Few other just totally random fun things. CJ has been doing, or Siege, has been doing reviews of Christmas movies for a couple weeks now. This is review number 9. Of just like all the things, and she rates them. So her ratings are out of 5 Christmas trees for cringe factor, originality, writing, acting, and love believability. And it's funny. It's really funny. So go check out her reviews if you're looking for new Christmas movies.
Do you want a Christmas movie to be cringe, or you're trying to minimize cringe?
I guess it depends on your, what you're looking for. I prefer less cringe. Cringe will probably make me churn quickly. I'll be out if it's too cringy. I am not a big Hallmark Lifetime. Well, Lifetime's a little different. Hallmark Christmas movie type of person. Like I don't like them. I don't enjoy them for the most part, but occasionally if so I've been reading her reviews. They're pretty funny. So go check them out. And then we had this from Rish, which was really funny. Reporter to Coinbase. Are you saying Ethereum isn't the future? Coinbase, Vitalik. That's okay. You can just say yes. It's easier than explaining it. I don't mind. This is really funny. So this is Rish in response to Coinbase announcing we're doubling down on Solana. Coinbase is acquiring Vector.fun, an on-chain trading platform built on Solana, whose tech will plug directly into Coinbase to help better serve one of crypto's most active ecosystems. Very interesting that they made this acquisition. But then this was Rish playing off of the Mondami Trump fascist comment. And I just thought it was well done. It was well done.
It's a very cerebral meme.
You had to. It took a little bit to get there. I wouldn't have come up with this one at all. So it's really funny.
He knew his audience.
He knew. As soon as I saw it, I was like, oh, this is hilarious. And then this was from Super Tight Woody from a bit ago, but I thought it was funny. Didn't know we were going for these type of arches, but here we are. And this is in response to the current market situation, which just isn't getting any better. At least not the last time I checked. I haven't checked in a minute, but as of this morning. All right. We've got one more thing. I already talked about that. All right, we got to talk about DevConnect. So you just got back. what a crazy time you had. So how long was your flight, by the way?
It's about 11 hours from New York. Direct flight,
I can't
11
hear.
hours.
Oh, there we go. Okay.
Nope.
That's crazy. We are a little lag there, I think. That's crazy. Yeah, that was why I did not want to do this. I think mine was going to be like 15 or something like that. It was kind of nutty. So anyway,
but I'm used to long
so
flights.
it looked amazing.
I can,
It
yeah.
looked amazing. That's true. You went to Mongolia. That took you like 2 days to get there or something. So
I can handle a long flight. It makes you tired for a few days. Like I came back Saturday and just like for 24 hours crashed. I don't know if you saw I casted Saturday morning and I was like, sometimes I think I'm depressed and I realized, no, I'm just tired. Like
tired.
it was all day Saturday. I was so down. And then Sunday I woke up fine. So just tired. Just tired.
I'm feeling really bad. Oh no, I just needed a good night's sleep. Well, it just takes a lot out of you too. And you were going the whole time you were there. And yeah. So this is from the DevCon account, Ethereum's World Fair recap. 20K registrants from 130 plus countries, 75 plus app showcases, 8 districts, 15 community hubs, talks, workshops, discussions, and more. Thank you to everyone who made DevConnect Argentina one to remember. So very cool.
Can we shout out the DevCon social team? So from the EF.
So good.
They were posting a ton, updates every day, video recaps, informational things, but they were posting on Farcaster very consistently. Well done, DevCon.
Thank you. We
they
appreciate
really were, and not
they
just
used,
because Twitter went down on
the
Monday.
Channel, like yeah, very impressed. Yep.
And of course, they were also posting on Twitter, and they have but so they're reaching people where they are. But Farcaster is still small comparatively, so they didn't have to, and they really do. So it's a little bit of they'll walk the walk. So,
I appreciate that they walk the walk, and I will say that about all of them, and I feel like they're really doing a good job of that. This was from Linda. Come on. Linda was everywhere. She was doing a ton of things. Did you even get to see her?
Barely. She was actually everywhere. The woman does not sleep. She's going everywhere. And you'll meet, and her and Horsefacts both were the 2 Merkle reps who are kind of manning the booth. But they're both the calmest, chillest people ever.
True. Yeah.
Really, really.
Yeah.
Good vibes from both of them. Anyway, Linda did a bunch of talks and she was everywhere, but I did see her for a little bit. She was good.
Booth looked cool. I loved the whole vibe of the space in general from the photos that I saw and the different things that I saw. So this was from Linda. The Farcaster booth at DevConnect was a success. Huge thanks to everyone who staffed it to help onboard newcomers and answer questions. It was also a popular meeting spot for Farcaster community members, which was lovely to see people get to hang out in person, which I think that is probably the best use case. And I feel like at ETH Denver, that was the base booth last year. Was like, that's where you're finding everybody. Because it's hard to find people in a huge space. So that was really cool to see. I loved seeing a lot of the pictures that I saw from the booth. Really fun. Come on, you're going to be difficult on me. And you worked the booth for a little bit. So what kind of questions and what were people asking when you were there?
It is interesting. I did 3 sessions at the booth, and she's right, and you're right. It was like half. Like people come up and it's like, are you on Farcaster? It's like, yeah, I'm on Farcaster. So people kind of just checking in, meeting new people to follow. There's, and then the other category of people were like, never heard of Farcaster. So it's like, you're starting from the beginning. Like, what
was it like 50-50 or was it, did you find?
Yeah, 50-50, maybe slightly. Yeah, I think 50-50.
Okay.
From people who are coming up. And what is interesting about the Ethereum crowd is they're really interested in decentralization. So the pitch wasn't like, no trading fees, join Farcaster and, and you get no trading fees. It was like, oh, well, what, is it decentralized? That's what people want to know. So Ethereum, cypherpunk values, I think, are still pretty alive and well at that.
It's so funny. It's like the one place where that is actually going to be the biggest selling point, as opposed to others where it's like they're like, don't even start with that, because nobody's
no one cares.
Nobody cares.
I mean, listen, Dan says the market's saturated, right? Market is saturated for people interested in decentralization. It's probably mostly saturated, but there's a few stragglers we could bring in and onboard. What's nice is, like, obviously Merkle is focused on trading as like an onboarding growth mechanism, but anything we could have said, a month ago about decentralization and what sufficiently decentralized mean to Farcaster from a month ago or 2 years ago or 3 years ago is kind of still exists. So the pitch doesn't change. It's just the way we're talking about Farcaster.
It's also knowing your audience.
Yeah.
Knowing your audience, because then it's like
people don't know about mini apps. It's like, we forget, if you've never heard of Farcaster and you don't know what to expect. It's like, okay, here, how do you show it? Oh, it's kind of like a Twitter clone. Oh, what's a mini app? Oh, you automatically, like, I think for developers, it was a really interesting story.
True.
Because it's like, you can build a mini app, get distribution, automatically have your social graph built in. You don't have to ask people to log in. You know who they are.
I love it.
And everybody has a crypto wallet. So it's cool.
It's really interesting. I think it would be really interesting, to get the response of those who have never heard of it versus those who've been around for a while. This was you meeting an at crypto, and I loved I was just looking for his post that I guess I didn't grab. The one where he met up with Toady, and they took a picture, and the way he described Toady was as the winner of Cast Out. I loved that. Not like nothing to do with better, nothing to do with nouns. Cast Out. That was like, amazing, hilarious. That's so funny. There was
he who hath stabbeth my back is Toady. We'll never forgive.
It's so funny. Then we had Linda doing a big talk, and she had all the information up here, and we saw some photos that day that she was doing it, people sending from the audience, but here is her full shout outs to everybody. She started with social forensics, and then moved on to Mini Word, of course, from CB, because that's one of her favorites. And then the tipping apps, Tippin and Noise, and shout outs to them. Examples of Try Emerge with A-Town and Creative Prompt by Peachy. And then warplets, had to show off viral warplet mini app by Say Angel with example of Nounish Prof warplet in IMNG, which I was like, oh my God, so many people tagged me and said something about it. It was really funny. So I loved seeing that. That was really fun. And then also the crowdfund mini app. That's a good one to show, and talking about Los Fomos. So that was really cool. This was, what you see versus what I see. Thank you, Linda, for bringing warplets to DevConnect stage. That was so cute. So love that. Really fun. Loved seeing this. And I loved her message to Dan. Look, DWR, I used your image in my presentation where the ugly warplet creature is holding the all-time high sign. The ugly warplet creature. Hold on one second. My dog is going crazy by the door, because my son just walked out. So now,
Aww.
That's the whining. I don't know if you can hear the wiener whine, but the wiener whine is Mookie crying for his brother over there. This is from Chaskin. I wanted this talk to be okay. So this was in response to Zenny.eth saying, watching Chaskin.eth tell the story of Ethereum. If you're feeling jaded by the current state of crypto, this is the talk to watch. Also, Dreams Don't Need Gatekeepers is a banger of a slide title. And then this is Chaskin's comment on this. I wanted this talk to be something I could share with friends and family to show why I care so much about this movement and what it means for the future. First time speaking at that scale. Apparently my hand was visibly shaking at the start. Aw. But then I hit a groove. Really proud of it and grateful for the positive reception I've received so far. And did you get a chance to see this or no?
Not yet.
Okay.
Like I said, my problem with DevConnect is I was telling you this before we went live, is like, I wish I could like run it back 3 times and one time watch every talk, one time be at the Farcaster booth, one time go to every party, like, oh, one time go to the hackathon and all the co-working spaces. Like there's too much to do. So no, but the talks are recorded. So I'm gonna.
Yeah, I need to go back and watch a bunch of them because I've heard good things about many of them. I also forgot to pull, Humpty had his creator house happened right before the Nouns Fair was happening. There was so much going on. We talked a little bit about some of those last week, but because those were early. But there was just so much happening.
So much.
It was crazy. And did you bring your rock camera?
No, I didn't bring mine, but
that's cool.
Levy. That was Levy's.
Oh, cool. Very cool.
And we were walking in, like a bunch of us just happened to see each other at the entrance one day, and we're walking in and he had his rock. So we took a
little photo.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Love it.
We're just, verifying. We're just verifying reality.
Verifying reality. It was real. They were really there. And then I guess Horsefacts did a talk as well. Every Farcaster user is here for Horsefacts. So I guess there were 37 people at this talk.
He did he did a mini apps talk.
Very cool.
Yeah. And I think it was a little bit of a repeat if you were at the Farcon hackathon. I think it was a similar talk, which is just like an intro to what mini apps are and how to think about them and how to build them.
Also had some skateboarding, a new obstacle, I think is what we call that. Something like that. So very cool. Saw a bunch of stuff with that happening. That looked fun. We also had Limone doing a talk as well. And he was talking about Rise of Farms, which he mentioned in the chat you did with him and Will and Debbie, which was fantastic. If you haven't watched that yet, go back and watch it. But really excited for Rise of Farms to launch. So that's coming soon. And he was also talking about mini apps with lots of people. What was this one? There's so many things that happened. Oh, this was from the Builders Garden group takeover at the Farcaster booth. So that was really fun to see as well. It's cool to see how many people were taking turns in the booth too. That was really neat to see.
Yeah.
You had a bunch of pictures from the Build Her brunch. So that was another activation. And this is Anushka and Tiny Rainboot, Ted, Jesse, and Jesse Jean, I should say, and Statuette. So fun to see that.
Yeah, the brunch was a great event. Thank you, Base. We had a good time.
I'm sad I missed that. What else do we have? Oh, PizzaDAO. Pleasantly surprised to see warplets on display at the PizzaDAO event. Say, Angel, is this you're doing? And I don't know if he ever answered. He did, but I didn't understand the answer.
Warplets were everywhere.
Warplets everywhere.
I brought the GM Farcaster warplet sticker to put at the Farcaster booth.
That's right.
And Farcaster doesn't do merch, obviously. So it was a very bare bones. It was just a meetup type. So it was one of the only things you could go to pick up at the booth.
Oh, that's funny.
So lots of people were coming to sneak in. So the GM Farcaster warplet is
everywhere.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it. And then this is the other thing. Justin had posted this, did not have listening to Spanish rap by a dude in a warplet t-shirt in a basement in Buenos Aires on my 2025 bingo card. And he's wearing a shirt that says just warp it. Like, what is happening?
What is happening? Is that a warplet?
It's a warplet. Yes. Yes.
How does that happen?
I don't know. Like, I know this is that was at the DegenDAO event. Wild. Totally wild. Right. Warplets everywhere. What else? I got a couple more quick things. This was from Toady Hawk, a fun story from this DevConnect Argentina trip involving the legend Jan Frilla against his will. I was checking into a hotel and the valet said, "I love your shirt," about the Jan original Reply Guys tee I was rocking. I said, "Thanks. It's actually a custom design by an amazing Argentinian artist." He then pulls out his phone and asks me to find his IG so you can follow him. A few days later, Jan messages me this screenshot. Is his onboarding, and this is really funny. So the guy
took a picture of Toady.
Took a picture of Toady and
was like, "This guy introduced me to you."
Yes. And I want the shirt. I think he wanted to buy the shirt. So
that's
funny.
Incredible. Is that the same shirt I have from Farcon? That Farcon Venice?
Yes. Yes.
Oh my God.
That's that shirt. Yeah. Isn't that wild? So that was really funny to see. And then this from Nikolai. GM, everyone, what an experience it has been. DevCon, where I had a chance to be on the Build a Guild stage and talk about mini app extension I developed for the Scaffold ETH, and then the ETH Global Hackathon, where together with one Dolinsky, we built an amazing AI-powered mini app generator. More info coming soon. As a sneak peek, here's a screenshot of one of the app the generator developed and deployed in 14 minutes from a one-line prompt, make a Chinatown theme labyrinth game. It is fully functional and has a smart contract, and everything works out of the box. So that's very interesting. Curious to see what comes from that. And then I think I'm just making sure I hit everything before I hit this. So you were in the DevConnect podcast studio. So this is hello from podcast studio at DevConnect. Had a great conversation with Lamone, W, which is Will, and Debbie will share soon. So that is now out. You can find it everywhere. It's on YouTube, Spotify, on all of our GM Farcaster channels. It was sent out. If you're one of our hyper sub, you got it in your wallet. So it's everywhere. It's on pods. And it was a great chat. So so glad that you got that done. And that particular group of people, what a crew of builders. Like,
they're so
incredible.
Good. I love them. I love them.
I could have listened to you guys talk for like another hour. Like, I was loving the conversation. There was a great conversation about trustless and trust and trusted builders. And I thought that was really an interesting conversation, as well as sort of touching in on different things that they were working on and doing, and listening to the stablecoin sandwich food truck.
Because I guess Vitalik did a talk on trustlessness. I think there's a whole trustless day.
Right.
And that was a little bit, I think Will said it was a little bit of a talk about the trustless manifesto. Right. And he said, like, the definition of trust is you can get hurt. Like, if you trust someone can harm you. And the goal of technology and Ethereum, I think broadly in the full stack, should be trustless, which is like set it up so no one could ever harm you.
Right. Yeah.
And I think that's like great ideology about when you think about kind of like Ethereum. And then Will kind of like, it just made him pause for a minute, because it was like, wait a minute, like, okay, am I supposed to live my life like never trusting anyone? And I know you have your line.
Yes,
Cue it up.
Okay. Well, I don't trust anybody. Trust no one. Assume positive intent. My other line is Web3. The true Web3 currency is trust. I mean, trust is the true Web3 currency. If you're making those decisions every time you pick a coin. Just talking about Beeper, when we were talking about Beeper earlier, I didn't, jump in and right at first until I figured out who was behind it. And then I went, oh, I trust them enough that, yes, I will give you a little bit of money to do whatever it is you're doing, because this looks interesting. Yeah.
Right. So, and listen, we're social. He just was talking about like, we're social animals. Like that's how we organize. And I just go back to like, right, if you don't trust someone, mean, it kind of reminds me of like falling in love. Like you could never fall in love and never get hurt, and then you miss out. So yeah, you could never trust any app, but what are you missing out on? So it was an interesting conversation. I think he was a little hesitant to go on record when he said disagreeing with Vitalik. I'm like, you're not disagreeing.
I would love it. And then he mentioned like that would be a great discussion, like a great debate discussion. Yeah, I would love that. Because I think he had a lot of great points. I think it more comes down to like realistically, or the reality is you have to have some trust. But the ideal situation is to have these things happen without having to make those evaluations. Like, ideally, yes, I would like to be able to just know that I can trust this thing without having to do my own, like,
But listen, pure trustless means like the user experience sucks, and it's only going to be available to a very small percentage of people
right now. So yeah, absolutely.
So I thought it was interesting, and we just didn't have a lot of time to go through it. But I just think both splits and privy are attacking usability.
Yes.
Without necessarily compromising a lot of crypto values.
Yes.
So really good conversation. You guys should definitely check out the recording, and it was good. It was a good conversation.
It was really good.
That was such a great,
such a big brain trust in that space.
Oh, so good. And then it reminds me also of, I guess, the can't be evil versus don't be evil conversation.
Yeah.
So if you trust someone, you're trusting them not to be evil, right? When you're doing something in a smart contract that is cryptographically signed, and you're like, well, this is code that can't be manipulated.
Right.
Then it can't be evil. Okay. Well, I think that's a great foundation to build on top of.
Yeah. Yeah. I think it's, I agree. But yeah, we are putting like a lot of trust in privy for a lot of things. And, so all these different tools. Same thing with splits. We're trusting them with our funds to hold and keep them safe, So there's all these different things that and that's why a lot of these times you do need, if you're going into trusting that aspect of it, you do need non-anonymous founders and people, because you have to get some kind of feel for who these people are.
Yes. You want non-anonymous. You could probably do something non-anonymous. It takes longer.
Well, that's why, but Bitcoin, because of the way it's designed, you don't necessarily need that. So you don't need to know who Satoshi is.
But I think this is also
the trustless versus trusting. Yeah.
Yeah. And it's a spectrum, because
absolutely.
For, let's say, there's centralized exchanges. Like we had that conversation, like, I trust Coinbase with my funds. I don't but that's like, they could lock me out.
Absolutely.
And I have no recourse.
Absolutely.
So how much do I trust them? Okay.
There's levels.
The reasons I trust them is there's a history of doing the right.
Now we have Kobe. Anyway, Kobe doing customer service.
I'll DM Kobe and
it's fine. It's fine now. Yeah, we have Kobe now.
Right. So with splits, it does require some level of trust. And I talked to Will about that. That's because I didn't audit the contracts, but it's still still based on sovereignty. Like, put it this way, they can't, I don't think, but they can't take our funds.
Right.
They can't, unless we sign it, right? Like they can't decide to be like, oh, now you have zero.
Right.
But it doesn't mean we can't be compromised in another way,
Correct.
And it's time. It's just like, how much money and how many times and how many hackers have tried. It's just like, that's how we build trust over time. It takes time.
Exactly. Yep, exactly. So anyway, really good conversation. Okay, totally random conversation. No, my dog is just whining by the door right now. He's still whining by the door. But I have to make a point about this. Die Hard is 100% a Christmas movie and the best Christmas movie ever. I agree. And I also watch it every Christmas Eve while I'm wrapping gifts. Like, it is my personal tradition. Some people know this. I have issued POAPs for a couple years There might be one this year. Also, my favorite holiday is Festivus. So there you go. As we're coming into the season. For those who don't know. I like weird things. Yeah.
Speaking of holiday wrapping, I'm going to shill.
I was pulling out.
Yeah. We have GM Farcaster holiday gift wrap. So GM.shop. Yes. You should buy that and wrap your holiday.
You should buy that. Oh, that's funny. All right. I think I had one last thing I wanted to shout out, and then we are gonna wrap this up. And this is the next DevCon 8, Mumbai, India, in Q4 of 2026. So DevConnect they do every other year. The other years are DevCon. DevCon is going to be this time next year in Mumbai.
If you ask 5 people what the difference between DevCon and DevConnect are, you will get 5 different answers. So
I heard
crypto people not good at marketing.
Who were you talking? Were you talking to somebody about that? It was Limone. Okay, I was like, somebody was talking about that. Yeah, and that was like
we had Nathan and Chaskin on our DevConnect talk explain the difference as well, and I'm pretty sure we're getting different answers. So
yeah, I think so too. So there you go. But if you're looking for this, it's coming this time next year. Will be DevCon, and then but before that, we have December coming up, which I need to do some things for. So
and Farcon Rome.
And Farcon Rome. All right. And with that, anything else about DevConnect that I didn't mention? How was the Farcaster meetup? I forgot to pull a picture from that.
Farcaster meetup was amazing, and Limone with support from his partners did a great job. It was like super chill at a like cool cocktail bar. We had Farcaster themed cocktails.
I saw that. They were fun.
Yeah. Good food, good conversation, really good time. I really liked Buenos Aires. I've never been. I found it like big modern city, tons of like European influence. So like there's parts that, it's like you get a little bit of Italy, get a little bit of France, you get a little bit of Spain. And it feels like it was, but big and modern, easy to get around. Ubers were cheap. And food was good if you like meat.
If you like meat.
If you like meat.
If you're a vegetarian, might have been a little tough.
Right. You saw we clanked some coins.
We clanked some pancreas.
Okay, we did 2 clankers last week.
That's funny.
And that was actually a good way. We were at dinner. There were like 8 of us at dinner. And we were with people who were not on Farcaster. And there were some new people. They were kind of, even someone we were with wasn't even super big into Ethereum. And we're just trying to tell them about what Farcaster is, about what Clanker is. And there's really no better way than to demo.
True.
So at dinner, we had to ask the waiter for recommendations, and recommendations we got some local delicacy recommended to us. It was an appetizer. I forget what it was called. I don't know if you're pulling it up. I forget the
I'm trying
Spanish
to pull it up right now. Yeah.
But he shows the Spanish word, and then on the menu, it is an English translation of sweetbreads, which all I know is I don't know exactly what that is, but I think it is. Then we Googled it. Google said pancreas. I don't actually think it's a pancreas. It's a gland near the heart is what I think it is, or something.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, it was delicious. It was delicious. What's my point? So Justin took a picture of me holding up the what we were calling pancreas, and we clanked it. So we're showing how you can tag a bot, turn any moment or meme into a token, which then people are free to buy. Why? I don't know. We couldn't explain why, but people did.
The why was unknowable.
I don't know
right before this, I said, I'm having so much FOMO. I'm now having FOMO, and I can't remember what it was about at that moment. I think it was the booth or whatever. And then this came up, and I went, FOMO's gone. I'm good. I had eaten this.
Mojejas, is that what it's called? Anyway, but then what we were showing them is that you get how you can get a token, how you see it in the warplet, also how with Clanker you're getting the fees. So it was kind of like you get a certain allocation, we could give that away, and then we're getting fees paired with WETH. And then we were saying we can pay for dinner. We showed how you can use a Clanker to pay for dinner. So then Justin off ramped, and the way he did it, it was like also he took the WETH fees, off ramped to Euro stable, to converted it to a Euro stable, the Euro stable coin, and he had a card.
Oh, okay.
That was
it was a MetaMask card or something.
It was a Gnosis card.
Okay.
So he transferred it to Gnosis. It took a minute for it to show up, and then could swipe it like a Visa or MasterCard.
Oh, that's crazy.
And it paid for dinner. Cool. So like that was just like a really cool demo, fun little
that's fun
thing that happened at dinner. Yeah.
That's funny. I love that. And you said you did one more. What was the other one?
I clanked a Jesse token because I was not getting into Jesse. So Jesse, it wasn't an anti-Jesse. It was, I'm not going to compete against the bots that are buying Jesse on day one.
Okay.
So I love Jesse, and he's got nothing but, my infinite support forever until I die. I will get some Jesse at some point, but I was like, here's what's going to happen. He's launching it at a certain time. Yep. There's so much hype about it. Everyone is, like I said, everyone was talking about it. Everyone. Yep. I saw people setting up their AI bots with programmatically to buy it and then sell it. And, like people were trading it. It was very speculative. So I was happy to sit out. So just for me personally, it's not I'm going to just, I did it with
you weren't going to go into battle. You weren't going to battle in these trenches. I just got it. Yeah.
Listen, if you're a long-term builder, why do I need to buy in on day one?
No, you don't.
So if it's a meme coin, I've seen this cycle. So
yeah,
I did the same for an Airy, by the way. I didn't buy an Airy on day one. I do, and I hold her, hold her forever.
Hold her forever.
I'll hold you forever. Anyway, we were at the Farcaster booth, and two people were trying to buy Jesse. It was shortly after the launch.
Oh,
Farcaster was laggy, and and I think the base gas went up. Like it was,
it did.
There was so much
it went crazy.
Gas went up. So people were trying to buy it. They were getting priced out. So I just snapped a picture of two people at the booth.
I saw that one.
Okay, Jesse. And then I clanked that, and I clanked, this is what it looks like when you get priced out of Jesse. And I clanked it. And you know what? Yeah. The bots love to buy things, and I earned some WETH.
There you go. I did see that one. Now that you say that, I remember that one. I remember the picture in the booth while they were trying to buy the Jesse. That's funny.
Yeah. So listen, this is like the on the continuum of like total meaningless.
Yeah.
Meme coin. I don't think meme gives it too
that
much
was
credit.
Definitely meme. That's a meme. Yeah.
I think meme. What's even less than a meme? Like just like catch a moment.
But it wasn't a shit coin.
But I'm not.
It was a moment coin.
It's just a moment.
It's a meme coin. It's a meme coin. You were catching the Jesse meme. Yeah.
And adding to the meta of a moment online, and and it did well.
I think that's the other. I think that's the other part. Like that to me is like that's really a content coin on Clanker. Like yes, it's essentially what that is.
It's just
that to me is it's like a moment. You're marking the moment with a coin at that time. Yeah, and that's what it is. And same thing with the pancreas one.
Yeah. And I claimed the WETH, and I split it up 3 ways with the two people I took pictures of.
Oh, that's hilarious. I love that.
Tomu and
I
can't freak show maybe.
Yes, I think it was. There were so many links that I didn't even grab. Like there were so many. Like there was so much going on. So if you go to the DevConnect channel, you'll see a lot of it, but not everybody was tagging the channel, which I wish they were. But there was a lot in the channel, but also just search DevConnect and you'll see a lot of it as well because there was just so much going on. So it's a lot of fun to watch.
Do you want more gossip from the week?
Yeah.
Should we do some hot goss?
Yeah.
Hot goss corner?
Yes. Let's close this out with hot goss.
So this is not okay. So other things I think that people were talking about Clanker. Well, listen, Monday's our Clanker spotlight. So we talk Clanker. We clanked at I think some of the things there was a lot of talk about Clanker during the week. We had fun. But I got feedback that people like our Clanker spotlights when we brought Clanker spotlights on because there's so much happening in Clanker, right? So it's kind of like how do you separate signal from noise and which clankers are ones that just, do the 3-hour cycle of up, down. 24 hours is even too long now.
How do you distinguish the ones that are actually have some staying power? Yeah.
And and Farcaster has been doing Clanker spotlights and tweeting out new projects. And by the way, if you're planning on launching on Clanker, sliding to Dan's DMs, or Linda, because they'll work with you to do announcements. But I think what people were telling me was it's like when they get the spotlight tweet or on Telegram, there's not enough context. True. So it's like, it's new and it's like, what is this? Should I buy it? And, and there was, people liked our interviews with Clanker builders. This is the hot goss, guys. Everybody loves GM Farcaster. Okay.
I love this hot goss. This hot goss is fantastic.
Hot goss corner. Wait, I'm trying to think of other things. And then,
and there was something else. I've been slacking a little bit. I was hoping I was going to get this done last week, and I didn't. But I will get it done in the next couple of days. Is packaging the Clanker spotlights separately from the episodes so that they can kind of live on their own, because a lot of those are pretty green, or they're going to be green for a while if you take the news out of it. So we do want to repackage those just so they're a little bit easier to consume, and we'll be doing that shortly. So
Also, I'm going to shout out Octon. They had the best swag at their booth. Want to know what it was? It was a package of mate that I brought home.
Oh, wow.
And Base gave little mate cups so I can come home and do ceremonial mate. Do you know about mate?
I don't know what mate is.
Okay.
I'm assuming it's some kind of coffee or something.
Tea. It's like tea. I think it's like a tea leaf. But it has energy, and I think it's like non-caffeine energy. It's like something else.
Oh.
But the Argentinians are religious about their mate.
Really?
To the point where, it's very ceremonial. So it's almost like, so it's tea leaves, you put it in a cup, you're pouring in hot water. You don't strain it. So you make it in a way where the tea leaves sit on the top, and you sip it through a straw, and it's super bitter. Oh, it's yerba, right? So what is yerba, Symbio? I actually should know, but it's right. So now, but anyway, does that mean? But it's bitter, but then you keep adding water throughout the day to the same set of leaves. So, and I thought this was really cool. And Octon also had patches, like these awesome, like the ghost and the little Ethereum. And
the little ghost.
We'll be figuring out how to iron those on somewhere. Oh, and also I'm wearing my Ethereum.
I was figuring that looked.
Yes. Do you like
that?
That
looks really cool. Yeah. That looks like, is that a soccer jersey kind of thing?
Yeah. And it says 10 years of Ethereum on the back.
Oh, I love it. That's really cool. That's a cool swag. Very cool swag. I saw some good chipped social nail swag too. I saw a few things like that. Trying to think of the other swag I saw. Those are the big ones. So cool. Very cool.
Right. If I think of more hot goss, I'll drop it into the GM Farcaster group chat.
Amazing. Amazing. So we will be back Wednesday, regular time, I think. I don't think we have a guest, right?
No guest this Wednesday?
Week. Okay. We've have a couple people that we're trying to schedule, but we'll probably schedule for after the holiday. There is a holiday on Thursday in the US. Thanksgiving is Thursday. So we will be off Thursday and Friday because we got fam at home and my kiddo's home the whole week. I don't know about yours. So we'll be doing that. Let me shout this out. I don't know anything about this, but the Design channel is having a design competition with minted merch if you wanted new swag. So go check that out. Or if you're a designer, go check that out if you want to design something. All right. I think that's it. I think we got to wrap this up. It's been fun.
It's been a minute.
I'm glad you're back. I'm glad you're back.
Minutes.
I know.
Yeah, it's good to be back.
And then we'll see you all on Wednesday. And until then, everybody, bye-bye. Thanks for joining us for this episode of GM Farcaster. And thank you to all our partners and HyperSub supporters bringing this episode to you. Follow the GM Farcaster channel for all the latest updates and add our mini app on Farcaster and the base app. Until next time, bye-bye.